Java is especially designed for internet. For that reason, it is called internet language. What is the meaning of repository here? There is nothing but storage area. So dear student, Java environment includes large number of deployment tools and hundreds of classes and methods. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session on Introduction to Java. I am Revati from the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. So dear student, before going to start my today's session, let's recall the topic which I have covered in my last session. In my last session, I started with Java evolution. So the Java came into the picture in the year 1991, and what is the first name? That is OAK. And who is the father of Java? That is none other than James Gosling. And once again, this OAK is renamed as Java in the year 1995 by Oracle Corporation. Along with that, we have discussed Java features. Then what are the features we learned? That is simple, portable, dynamic, secure, object-oriented, multi-threaded, along with that platform neutral or platform independent. These are the features of Java programming. Along with that, we learned how Java program is different from C program as well as C++ program. These are the three topics we learned in my last session. Now, dear student, in my today's session, I am going to deal with the topics like Java and internet. That means how Java program and internet are interlinked each other or interconnected each other. Along with that, we are going to study Java and World Wide Web. That means how these two things are interconnected each other. Along with that, we are going to deal with what is web browser, which is the first web browser used to run Java program. Along with that, we are going to deal with Java support system. Along with that, we are going to deal with Java environment. That is nothing but Java working environment. So these are the 5 topics we are going to deal in my today's session. So dear student, please take your notes and pen to make a point. Now, the first topic of the day here is Java and internet. So dear student, as I discussed, Java is known as internet language. That means to run some applications, I required internet. And Java is especially designed for internet. For that reason, it is called internet language. So here, Java is strongly linked with the internet because of circumstance that the first application program written in Java was Hot Java. So what is this hot Java? It is nothing but the web browser which is designed by using Java. So here, which is the first application, that is hot Java, and it was designed by using Java program. Internet user can able to use Java to create applet program. Now the question arises, what is applet program? So dear student, for that let me to consider the example here. Think that I want to perform some calculation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the calculator which is present on the system, that is laptop or PC. So here whatever the calculator I'm going to use or I'm going to get in my laptop or in my desktop systems are the example for applet programs. So what is applet program? Here applet programs are small program, and to run applet programs I required internet connection, and the best example I can have here is system calculator. So here internet user can use Java to create applet programs and run them locally using Java enabled browsers such as hot Java. So to run applet program, I'm going to use browser that is hot Java. So here for that reason Java is known as internet language. Internet user can also set up their websites containing Java applets. So dear student, think that I'm the website designer. Now I'm going to design my own website. In that I'm going to include Java applets. So to run my Java applet, I required internet connection. Along with that, I'm going to use the web browser that is hot Java. So these are the connection between Java as well as internet. Now I'm going to have the diagrammatic representation of this topic. So dear student, as I discussed, Java and internet are interlinked or interconnected each other. So dear student, I have my local computer and I have my remote computer. Now suppose if I want to run any applet remotely, then I must require internet connection. So this is the relationship between Java program as well as internet. Moving further, I'm going to have another very interesting concept, that is Java and World Wide Web. So here this World Wide Web is known as WWW. Now, what is this WWW? That is open-ended information recovery system. So, open-ended. So, what is this open-ended? That means it is applicable to all kind of users. And here, World Wide Web is nothing but the repository. So what is the meaning of repository here? There is nothing but storage area. So all the users, all the organization or all the business enterprise, they can able to deploy their data, their website, their web pages. To store all these things, I required some storage or I required some repository, and it is known as www, and it is freely available to the all the user. So www is an open-ended information recovery system designed to be used in the internet distributed environment. So what is the meaning of the word distributed environment? For example, think that I want to write some assignment, and assignment carries 100 pages. Now what I'm going to do? I'm going to distribute this assignment with my friends. That means think that I have 5 friends. Now I'm going to distribute the work between all these 5 friends. Similarly, if I consider World Wide Web, it's mainly designed to distribute the work. So here, distributed environment. Now, this system contains what are known as web page. So here, this www is a repository. It holds web pages along with that website. So this system contains what are known as web pages, and it provides both information as well as controls. That means here web pages are responsible for holding the informations as well as controls. The whole web system is open-ended. That means all the web systems are freely available to the user. That is open-ended, and we can navigate to a new document in any direction. So dear student, think that I opened one web page. Suppose if I want to navigate to some other web page, then in the same web page, I'm going to get the link. And when I click that link, it's going to navigate to some other web page. So here, a new document in any direction. This is made possible with the help of the language called HTML. So dear student, what is www? That is nothing but the repository, and it is capable to store web pages as well as website. Now, when I say it is web page or website, to design web page and website, I'm going to use the programming language called HTML. That is nothing but hypertext markup language. So this is the relationship between Java and www. Now I'm going to have web browser. So dear student, to run my applet program, I required net connection or internet. Now to run my applet program, I required some software. So here web browsers are nothing but the example for an application software. So web browsers are used to navigate through the information found on the internet. They allow us to retrieve the information. So dear student, if I want to get any information regarding any topic or any field, what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the browser. In the URL section, I'm going to place the URL, or I'm going to place my search request. So they allow us to retrieve. Retrieve means what? query the information, spread across the internet and display it using the hypertext markup language. So when I place any request, I'm going to get the response, and whatever the response I'm going to get, that is in the form of hypertext markup language. For example, think that I want to know stock market status. So what I will do? I'm going to place the request that today's stock market report or status, and I'm going to get some response, and whatever the response I'm going to get, that is mainly based on the hypertext markup language. And some of the examples for web browsers are Hot Java. Along with that, I have Netscape Navigator. Along with that, I have Internet Explorer. So these are the some of the example for web browser. But nowadays we are going to have Google Chrome, Opera, Microsoft Edge. These are the example for web browser. So what is web browser? It is nothing but the application software used to retrieve the information which is stored in the www. Now I have Java environment. Dear student, suppose if I want to run my Java program, I want to set up the Java environment. And what are the things I required in Java? That is Java standard library along with that Java development kit. So dear student, Java environment includes large number of deployment tools and hundreds of classes and methods. Let me to consider simple example here. Think that I have my carry bag. In my carry bag, I have my study materials. That's nothing but textbooks. Along with that, notes. Along with that, I have pen, pencil, tiffin box and water bottle. Similarly, if I replace carry bag with the Java environment, then Java environment includes deployment tool plus hundreds of classes and methods. If I consider my carry bag, in that I have all the study materials like textbooks, notes, pen, pencil. Along with that, I have tiffin box and water bottle. But if I consider Java working environment, that includes development tool or deployment tool along with classes and methods. So here Java environment includes development tool and hundreds of classes. That is nothing but the bundles of classes as well as methods. So here the development tools are part of the system. If I consider Java environment, it is nothing but the part of the system and it is known as Java Development Kit, that is JDK. So here Java environment equal to Java Development Toolkit and I have API. There is nothing but application program interface, or I can able to use the word standard library. So here Java environment, that is JE, includes JDK. Along with that, classes and methods are the part of Java Standard Library. So JSD. So dear student, here Java environment is nothing but the JDK, that is Java Development Toolkit, along with API, that is Application Program Interface. Now, if I consider Application Program Interface, that includes classes and methods, and it is also known as Java Standard Library, that is JSL. The final conclusion here is JE equal to JDK plus JSL. That is nothing but Java environment is nothing but Java Development Toolkit plus Java Standard Library. So here Java Standard Library includes bundles of classes as well as methods. So it is also known as Application Program Interface. So what is Application Program Interface here? That is nothing but JSL. That is Java Standard Library. It is also known as API. So this is all about Java environment. Anyway, dear student, in my today's session, I started with how Java is related to the internet. Along with that, what is the relationship between Java and www. Along with that, I have discussed web browser and some of the example for web browser. Along with that, I have discussed Java environment. Now, dear student, in my next session, I'm going to deal with Java support system. Along with that, I'm going to deal Java development kit. Along with that, I'm going to deal with application program interface. Along with that, I'm going to deal with Java runtime environment. Along with that, I'm going to deal with simple Java program. Along with that, I'm going to deal with Java program structure. So these are the certain topics I'm going to deal in my next session. Anyway, dear student, don't forget to watch my session. Anyway, dear student, let's meet in the next session with more information about Java program. Until that, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.